What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video here on Team Acne. Now today I'm going to cover the most powerful and scientifically proven ingredients to help improve acne scarring, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, the dark spots, and post-inflammatory erythema, which is the redness that comes from acne. Now if you don't know my story already, I used to have extremely severe acne with cysts all over my face, and it left a lot of redness for about a year after my active acne went away, and then it left a lot of scarring. So I had to really research and figure out what was the best way to address all this stuff. And so I want to just save you all that time and just bring it straight to you with the facts of what's the best. So let's jump into this. All right, now these are in no particular order, but let's just start with the first one, Hydroquinone. Now, this is a powerful depigmenting agent and tyrosinase inhibitor. Now, what does that mean? Tyrosinase inhibitor basically either stops or reduces the amount of melanin that you produce. So while you have active acne happening, you aren't going to have those dark spots as much after the acne goes away, which you're probably pretty familiar with. Now, this ingredient is especially effective for those with darker skin. In a 2009 paper, they refer to hydroquinone as the gold standard of topical agents for PIH, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and they also mention Azalic Acid, Kojic Acid, and retinoids as effective treatments for PIH. It works by decreasing the amount of melanocytes in the skin, which leads to less production of melanin, which causes PIH. Now, it can cause dryness and redness, especially for people who have sensitive and dry skin types. Now, next up is Kojic Acid. This is a natural chemical that works as a tyrosinase inhibitor as well, and it's also effective at improving PIH. In a 2010 review, they mentioned Kojic acid as an effective treatment for lightening areas of hypermelanosis. It can be found in many different forms, such as powders and serums, creams, cleansers, a ton of things like that, and it's been found to be safe in concentrations of less than 1% when it's used in cosmetic products. The side effects that can occur are pretty basic, things like irritation, rashes, redness, and general discomfort to the skin. Now, this next one you probably have heard about a couple times here on YouTube, but it's called Azalic Acid. Now, this ingredient shows an anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and collagen-stimulating effect, which makes it effective for all types of scarring and post-inflammation. One study showed an improvement of 69.5% in patients with PIE, post-inflammatory erythema, the redness. Azalic acid usually comes in the form of a gel, a foam, a cream, and it can be purchased also in over-the-counter products, or it can be prescribed by dermatologists. So some of the side effects are things like skin peeling, dryness, redness, and burning is pretty common, so make sure you consult with your dermatologist before you start this. Next up is the granddaddy holy grail, my favorite ingredient of all time. This is Glycolic Acid chemical peels. Now, this is an amazing ingredient. I've been using it for over a year now, and I've experienced leaps and bounds of improvement in my own scarring and my own discoloration, and I literally at this point couldn't live without this. I take it with me everywhere. Anytime I'm on a trip, it comes with me. In a review of studies, they found that over 75% of patients with mild to medium severity acne saw an improvement in their active acne when using glycolic acid. So this is also effective for people who have moderate or mild active acne as well. But then they found that acne scarring, PIH, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, the dark spots, and PIE, post-inflammatory erythema, the red spots, were improved over multiple uses. For darker skin, it is important not to attend waxing, bleaching, microdermabrasion, and laser hair removal treatments for at least 1 week before you do glycolic acid chemical peels, whether that be, with a professional, getting treatments, or using it on your own at home. Now, for me personally, I get really dry after I do a glycolic acid chemical peel, so I always pair it with good moisturizer right afterwards, because otherwise my face is like flaky and dry. Now, next up, something I'm sure you've heard of before is the Derma Stamp. So a Derma Stamp is similar to a Derma Pen professional treatment, but it's something that you can do at home, and it's manually pressed into the face. So I decided to start using a Derma Stamp to help further the results I got from my original 3 Derma Pen treatments years ago, and I've been using it every week for the last almost 2 years now, a year and a half. Pretty much never stop using one. It's super easy to use, and I've seen probably about a 30 to 40% improvement in my own acne scars from pairing this with glycolic acid chemical peels weekly. So the way that this one works is there are fine point needles that are at the end of the Derma Stamp, and they penetrate the skin in uniform depth and stimulate collagen regrowth to even the surface of the skin. So the stamp is pressed into your face with like a light to medium pressure on all the areas where you have scars, and each area is passed 2 to 3 times. That way you can make sure you kind of hit everything uniformly, evenly, you know what I'm saying? Your face is going to be slightly red red afterwards, and since the skin is open, it's really receptive to absorbing topicals. So a lot of people will put a vitamin C serum on afterwards. Or if you have like a vitamin C moisturizer, same kind of thing, it'll penetrate deeper and be even more effective. Now that brings us to vitamin C. This is another amazing ingredient that has been shown in a ton of studies to improve a lot of different things. So I use this one every single day of my life because I use the vitamin C cream from Banish, which is a moisturizer, but it also has that vitamin C in it. So it's just like an easy way to get it on every single day and not forget. It's the one single ingredient that for me has improved my redness the most out of anything I've ever used. It also improves hyperpigmentation by lightening dark spots, which is really, really cool. So it has multiple uses and results. It reduces melanin production, which helps prevent new hyperpigmentation from occurring, and it stimulates collagen regrowth. So it's been shown to reduce redness and inflammation, as well as protect against sun damage and photoaging. So this is kind of like one of those things that I feel like everybody should be using in some capacity because it's so effective at so many different things. So like I said, the one that I use is the vitamin C cream from Banish, and I also use the Glycolic Acid pumpkin enzyme mask from Banish. So if you guys want to check those out, I have a code Brian5 that gets you $5 off, and I'll put a link in the description below. But yeah, just find a really good quality vitamin C. Everybody should be using this. All right, next up is niacinamide. Sure, you've heard this before. Now, I've used this ingredient many times as it's extremely common in skincare products, and I've noticed that it really helps with my inflammation, especially like my redness. For example, after a pimple pops up on my face, sometimes I'll use this to reduce the swelling and just make that redness move along twice as fast. So this is a well-known anti-inflammatory ingredient that's in a lot of different skincare products. So you might not even know that you're already using this, but it's well proven in studies to be awesome. It's been shown to have anti-inflammatory effects and to be effective in reducing hyperpigmentation. Because of its anti-inflammatory properties, it is also useful for reducing redness and post-inflammatory erythema. And basically the side effects are what you're seeing with all these other products. Some flakiness of the skin, sometimes some irritation, itchiness, or rashes, but this one is a really, really, really good one as well. Okay, now I've really only scratched the surface of all the different active ingredients that you find in a lot of different products that are useful, but these ones are heavily researched, shown in a lot of studies to be extremely useful, and I really wanted to kind of cover the gamut, like, you know, dark spots, redness that happens from active acne, and scarring that you have from active acne. If you have any of these things, you can look at this ingredient list and kind of see which ones you should research more, and then go Google into it, go YouTube these ingredients individually and see which ones that you really want to try. Now, of course, you should probably talk to your dermatologist before you start any of this stuff, but I just kind of wanted to get the dominoes falling for you, kind of get you ahead, give you a head start so that you know what you can look into, and it can be really helpful. Like I said, when I was younger and my acne just started getting worse and worse week after week, month after month, I really had no knowledge, and it took me a really long time to figure this stuff out. And that's why I like to make these videos, to kind of just give you a head start. 10-15 minutes later, you know so much more than I ever knew, and I wish I would have had these resources. And actually, everything that I just shared with you is from my acne scarring and discoloration secrets book, which is in my acne method program. So if you haven't heard of that yet, you should definitely check it out. Basically, just took all the information that took me years to figure out. It would take hours and hours and hours for you to go research, and I compacted it into a super easy book that you can reference, and it's only $10. It's only 10 steps, and it's 10 weeks. It's super, super good, and I spent literally a year on it. So if you want to learn more things just like this video, go check that out. I'll put a link in the description below. So that is it for this video. I hope it gave you a head start. If you have anything to add to this video, any other ingredients that you think other people should check out, put them in the comments below. Otherwise, give this video a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Remember, you are not alone. You are beautiful, and you are part of Team Acne. I'll see you skin bosses in the next video.